Hey, how you doing everybody? Welcome back. I'm about to head out to the garden this evening, harvest some fresh veg, some greens, put together a quick and easy recipe. It's a go-to staple in our house. I think you and your family are going to enjoy it. So come join me. You see I've got the headlamp on. This is the way I like to get out into the garden at night and harvest, keep my hands free. And you know, this is one of the main benefits to gardening. It's not just getting the fresh and the best produce available all the time. It's that convenience. It's on demand. It's real fast food. So without further ado, let's go head out to the garden and harvest some greens. All right, guys, so check out this patch of greens over here. These are all volunteer tree kale and collard plants that popped up from seeds that dropped off the mother plant. I mean, it's just abundance everywhere you look. We're just going to harvest a little from here, a little from there, get a nice variety going. See, we've got some evening dew on the leaves. Here's another abundant patch of greens. I've got patches like this growing all around the food forest. All right, well that should do it for now. But check this out, guys. Growing out of the wood chips, all these little sprouts that you see are more of these perennial greens popping up. They're everywhere. It's amazing. Look at that. Just an abundance of free food. Here's a little plant starting up right here. So I'm still making these perennial green seeds available. If you're interested, there's a link below. So for this recipe, I'm going to be using the Instant Pot. If you don't have one of these, I highly recommend looking into it, especially if you're into gardening. This puts together meals in no time. It's one of my favorite kitchen appliances throughout the winter to make nice warm meals. Utilizing produce, I make soups, stews, sautés, all sorts of things. But if you don't have an Instant Pot, don't fret. You can do the same thing on the stove top, just with your traditional kitchen pot with a lid. And just check out this beautiful array of organically grown greens now that we're in the light. And there's no need for me to wash these since they came from my garden and I'm going to be cooking them. And let me show you how easy it is to prepare this dish. Alright, so step one, if you have the Instant Pot, is to press the sauté function. And I'm just going to add in a little bit of olive oil, cold pressed. And the first thing I'm going to put in is a chopped yellow onion. Next, I'm going to add in 2 chopped cloves of garlic. All right, this thing cooks really quick, so I'm going to add a little bit of liquid in here right off the bat. Just enough so I can add in a couple bouillon cubes. This is one of my favorites, Non-Chicken by Edward & Sons. Absolutely delicious. All right, now that we got that dissolved, we'll let it continue to cook for a minute or so. All right, so while we're letting that finish up, let's get the greens prepared. And all I do for the greens is I line them up, all facing the same direction. Doesn't have to be perfect. Then once I got them all together like that, I like to break off the stems. Now we just take the greens and roll them up. Just like that. And now I'm just going to slice up these greens with a nice sharp knife. All right, we'll take those greens and throw them on into the pot. And now we'll take all those stems. You definitely want to utilize these. Give it a quick chop. Now we can add some more water in. And you really don't need all that much water. I'm not trying to make a soggy soup, but add just enough water so that we can get a good steam going. I would say I probably put about a half a cup of water in there. Remember, the greens contain water that are going to come out as well. Now at this point, you're pretty much done with the prep work. You can throw on the lid and cook it down, or you can get creative and add whatever else you'd like into this dish. I'm going to put in some potatoes tonight. So I've got these delicious organic yellow potatoes here. I've already washed them up, cut out any bad parts. Quick tip for you. I've got a kitchen sponge that I use that's dedicated just for washing produce like potatoes. Makes quick work out of it. And I'm just going to cut these into quarters. I like big potato chunks. And you know what? I just remembered I have some cremini mushrooms in the fridge. That'll go really well in here. So I'm going to give these a quick wash and throw them in the pot. For packaged store-bought mushrooms like cremini, I just give it a quick rinse and use my hands to kind of wipe the outside. And I'm just going to plop those in whole, just like that. You can see how the liquid's already kind of coming up with the greens kind of cooking down a bit. So we'll try to press everything down into the liquid, but it doesn't have to be completely covered. So now we'll just throw on the lid, close the vent in the back here, and then we're going to turn off the saute function and then press pressure cook. And it's already set at 4 minutes because that's pretty much how I cook all my veg. And we're just going to let it go. So realistically, if I'm not filming, I can put everything I just showed you here together, including going out and harvesting from my garden, in under 10 minutes, maybe 5 to 7 minutes. Then once this is set, it takes about 10 minutes for it to heat up. You'll hear it beep. Then it's going to cook for 4 minutes. And then I allow it about another 10 minutes of cool down period. And then you're going to hear this little pin in the back drop. And that's when you know you can open it up and you're ready to go. If you do leave the warming function on, which is automatic, then it's going to take a lot longer to cool down. So you're going to want to turn that warming function off as well. And if you don't have an Instant Pot, just get the pot that you're using on your stove so that the liquids are at a rolling boil. Then throw on the lid and put it on medium, medium-low, and let it simmer for about the same amount of time. And you're going to have the same results. So when this is ready, I'll be right back to plate up and I'll show you the results. Alright guys, so this actually sat for more like 30 minutes after it got done cooking, cooling down, because I was busy, I was editing a video. Another nice thing about the Instapot is that you can just kind of set it and forget it. But the pin is dropped in the back so we can open up the lid. Let's see what we got. And that smells great. It's a little bit soupier than I usually prefer, but that's fine. You can see the potatoes are fully cooked. The mushrooms are nice and soft. And I don't mean to brag, but I already know this is going to be good. I make it all the time. But I'm going to taste test it for you anyway on camera, so here's to your health, everybody. This is really, really good. I hope you guys are able to try it. If you're not growing kale or collards at home, you can pick up some bunches at the store and give this recipe a try, but I highly recommend for all of you watching this, this is a gardening channel, grow an abundance of kale, collards. They're loaded with fiber, calcium, magnesium, vitamin K, vitamin C, antioxidants, iron, the list goes on. So you don't want to overlook eating your greens. And if you can find good recipes that you can get it into your diet, it's going to really empower you. So try this recipe if you can. Also, you can throw some greens in a blender, make a smoothie with some bananas, blueberries, dates. Great way to go. All right, guys, thank you all for watching. Have yourself a great evening. Until next time, this is Dan from plantabundance.com. Take care. I'll be talking to you again soon.